Oh my gosh, turns out toxoplasmosis affects chimpanzees too and causes them to seek out things like leopards. It does also impact humans, and I have some theories on that, particularly why anti-parasitic medications can cause rage. In case you're not familiar, Toxoplasma gondii is a parasite that is known to infect mice. They get it from cats. It also causes mice to be attracted to cats, and I mean attracted. This means that they will seek out their predator, and then the protozoal parasite will have its next host. That host will then spread it to other mice when they come in contact with waste products, and humans get it a lot. Somewhere between 30 to 80% of the entire world's population have this thing. You don't just get it from cats, it's pretty common in the environment. Now, it's not all bad. The vast majority of people have no symptoms whatsoever. It only becomes a problem in people who are immunocompromised, and even then pretty rarely. Now, normally, when it's in your cells, it upregulates dopamine. Yes, it makes you happy. And apparently in mice and chimpanzees and probably other animals, it causes them to become attracted to cats. Now, we don't actually know whether or not it causes you to like cats and want to get more, but that's certainly been a theory. Now note, if you've ever been treated for parasites, and also even certain antibiotics like clindamycin, can actually get rid of the infection. However, they did note that antiparasitics that soldiers got when they came back from overseas did correlate with rage, and my theory is that they probably had toxoplasmosis. It then no longer upregulated dopamine, and they got angry. This is just my own personal hypothesis, but I do think it's pretty solid. One of the really interesting things about this finding is that it blows away one of the major theories on why mice get eaten by cats when they have it. Chimpanzees that had the protozoa were more likely to encounter cats. Yes, that includes leopards, lions, and tigers, but they were less likely to encounter humans. Researchers have long believed that mice would be eaten by cats because they're just chiller. Dopamine is upregulated, they're not paying attention to their surroundings, so they walk out into the open. But this seems to be evidence that it causes a specific attraction to felines. That also brings up other theories. If you're asking yourself how could that possibly be true, what could a protozoa be doing that would cause animals to be attracted to felines? And we don't really know. It could be that the protozoa is adapted to hardwire the brain signals to be attracted to cat urine. That is a possibility, but that is a lot to ask of a protozoa. We know that other kinds of parasites will cause insects to leap into the water so the parasite can continue its life cycle, so there is that. But these are very complex organisms, and I guess we all just kind of collectively thought that because of how complex we were, we would be protected from organisms like this. Now, it is important to note that chimpanzees are one of our closest relatives, so if this causes them to seek out felines, it probably does the same for us. We haven't confirmed that. If you're concerned about owning a cat, as long as you keep them up on their antiparasitics, you're probably good, although, possibly most of the human population already has it. I will say that I got antiparasitics a few years ago. Yeah, foraging. What are you gonna do? And I did get kind of angsty after, and I wonder. All in all, this is not the worst thing to get. It makes people happier. Disclaimer, there's no evidence that you are happier. There hasn't been a conclusive study. We do know that it upregulates dopamine. Thank you for trusting me with your spooky news. Please follow for more.